Hi, Anna's Vintage Journals here. It's been a little while since I've shared a video with you, so finally, after a few months, I finished this one for M&J Journals, and it is using their kit for the design team, All a Dream. I used a box for the cover. I used a vintage. Oh, sorry, a little bit out of focus here. Sorry. I used a vintage lace placemat, and then I inked it up with like Tim Holtz. I do like how it turned out. Of course, the vintage trim and vintage lace all throughout. Two signatures. Something I never did is use like the little tiny, just plain little glass beads, and I twisted around on some wire, and that's what I used for my dangle because I really like the purples in it and the green, and it went perfect with all my green and purple trim that's throughout the journal. Most of my pictures are from the kit and from Pinterest. This is a brooch that I picked up at a thrift store. The cover's got like some old trim, like cheesecloth almost around the picture. All of the keep going out of focus. I'm not used to standing up doing a video. I thought it might be a little bit better. Vintage lace trim, the purples and the whites, and then a lace closure. And I'm just gonna do a quick look through. Oh, sorry, I should do the front of the pocket. Oh, that's just some extra trim that I put in there. Alteration tag. And some ephemera. Let's just go through it pretty quick. Oops, and there's beautiful papers in the kit. Should try to lay this down a bit, but there we go. Lace pocket, lace trip. These I was so excited to get. I got them in a rack from a lady down in Lethbridge, Alberta. I was so appreciative, thankful. I've been looking everywhere to find one of these punches, but they're retired, so I'll probably never end up with one. But I was so thankful. She'd sent me a whole bunch of them, so I just kind of inked them up. The purple Tim Holtz on the coffee stained pages. Now I will get right at this here. Let me lay it down if that's, can you see it good? And there we go. Some beautiful lilacs. And I did lace trim here. These are envelopes that I always coffee stain them in the oven and use them for my little text spots in my journal. I have so many. Move this up a bit. Nope, it's out of focus. I'll come down a bit. Okay, so there we go. This is the tracing paper. Nice doily. I inked it up. Boston Girl ephemera. Vintage. And the other side, again, the buttons. Of course, I ink all the pages, but this is a beautiful kit. I love the purples in it. And here's some of my little cluster tags, I guess people are calling them. I've been making these for quite a while, and now I see that they've given them a name in the junkyard world, so I'll go with that. Here, and I always like to leave room to journal. I hope that people actually journal in their books when they receive them. It's such a nice thing to pass on to your children. They get to read about everyday things. I did one for my mom once, and I'm from Nova Scotia, and I sent her one. I'm in Alberta now, and I sent it back home to her in Nova Scotia. It was a Jane Austen journal, and I got her to fill in everyday things that she did. And she sent it back to me, and now I have her handwriting and a special little, a special memory for me. There we go. These are my vintage button paper clips that I like to make. This, thank you, Beverly Beverly Borleo. I'm probably not saying your last name right, but we did a swap, and this was some of the paper that was in there. It's like handmade paper. It's so pretty. I said, oh, perfect in the journal. And I posted these on M&J's creations on the junk journal group. I'd been making them for an upcoming journal, which was this one. So I got like the tuck spots here with ephemera in each one, and even the little flower. There's little envelopes I made and little tags from the paper kit. Another, I love the sound of the snakes. And these flip open. And the doilies, double doily, little girl advertisement, some more of my vintage buttons, this little ornament, yeah, journal tag, I should say. There we go, and this is like a glassine envelope that I had. Didn't quite like the gray, so I just kind of inked over them, and makes a nice little tuck spot. Of course, them tags, so nice. Vintage trim. Oh, I did a big lace side tuck pocket. A couple of ephemeras, stuff in there. Kind of hard working. Here we go. So these right here, I love making these. I seem to like working with my envelopes, but I've been making these for probably a year or so at least. I really love it. I did a vintage trim. This is just an envelope that I cut down. I put the trim on it, my lace vintage button. I open, this is a tuck spot here, right in the front. Then I open up, and then there's a lady. Isn't she beautiful? Vintage lady. And then 3 pieces of ephemera. I put some lace on this side. And of course, ephemera in there. And that's an envelope. I really like that. I made quite a few. Made quite a few last year for Christmas. Tuck spot. These right here were head pins that a co-worker of mine had given me at Christmas time, and I was like, hoo-hoo, I know what I'm using them for. A banner. And I'm starting to try to use up my buttons. I have so many buttons on these papers, right on the paper that it comes with, that I staple the buttons to. These ones are newer ones, but I have a bunch of the vintage ones. But I'm going to start using them up, and I thought that's a cute way to use it. Little tags behind them. More of a pocket. Tag on that side. I said I was going to go through this quick, but it's a kind of a bigger journal, and this is a little tuck spot there. Try to stick my little pieces of ephemera. These were vintage tags that I had made and posted on M&J's junk journals. My vintage button. And then I decided to just have them laying loose. I grabbed them and threw them on there. Lots of room to write. More Bev's paper, thank you. And then little tag there. Little tiny envelope. Vintage button, little envelope that opens. And oops, another vintage that all tucks in and hides in there. And some more little cameras. Little tuck spot hidden in there. Okay. So lots of purple for sure. Another one for the other side of the envelope. And I put some more trim. Little tiny envelopes that open. Whoops. Stick that in there. Belly band. With the, whoops, that one's stuck there. Belly band, vintage lady. Vintage lace, nice big tag. Another vintage lady with purple. That is the end of the first signature. I will go quickly through the second one. There we go, just a doily. More of that paper from Bev. Another vintage lady. The trim. Another glassine envelope with ephemera. Trim down the side. Another envelope. Cute little pieces of ephemera in there. Little girl holding a, oops. And then of course the other side. A piece of ephemera. Belly band. An eye chart. Coupon book. And a bookmark. Vintage. I think that's from Pinterest. Another long bookmark. Trim. Nice big tags to journal on. A doily that I made using one of my dies. A little tuck in there. A little vintage flower. I had got a bunch of these at the, I think it was the dollar store, and I said, they're kind of cute. I'm going to ink them up and throw them in there. My doily tag at the top. Look at the purple, so beautiful. I think there we go. Lots of purple here. A bunch of tags all hanging. Gives you little spots to write on. But there we go. Receipt in there. Another one of them beautiful vintage ladies. And another envelope. Opens that. This one I left blank so you can journal on the inside. There's a little tuck envelope in there. That opens up. You can hide a little something in there. And then tuck behind it. And fold the envelope back over with your trim. There you go. I enjoy making them. There we go. Yes. Simple tracing paper. Another beautiful purple lady, I'll call her. 3 vintage pieces of ephemera. Another little slot with a little calendar. And these are 2 little tuck spots filled with each one filled with ephemera. You can still write. Same as on the other side. Little pieces of ephemera tucked in there. So it's like a double on each side. Lace pockets. There's another filled with lots of space for ephemera. There's like one. I think these are 2 and 3. But they're big. They hold quite a good size ephemera. And just getting to the end. Just a side tuck here. Didn't put a lot of side tucks in this one. So I wanted to run another one of the envelopes you can open up and put on the inside. Stick that in there. That's a tuck spot. A doily that I've had. And this is a lace pocket. Another little girl. I love vintage. Another pocket, glassine pocket, a bunch of ephemera on the inside. And on to the end. There we go. There's this. Another doily. And there we go in the ends. And you can tuck something in the end if you like. I hope this was an okay video. It was a little different doing it this way. I hope it was okay. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.